I'm growing my channel over here. I want this channel to particularly be for my personal business, like my personal journeys, my travels, and all of that. Though the reason I created my first channel was because I was defending Halle Bailey when she was going through that garbage with, who we call on the We Are Royalty channel, the donkey. Okay? While she was dealing with the donkey, yeah, I went over there and on the We Are Royalty channel, and I was handing out haymakers, left and right, left hook, right hook. Yeah, I was doing all of that. And he's, of course, we didn't knock him out, and it knocked him way to Nigeria at this point. He's all the way in Nigeria trying to find a new life. Say that this particular channel is going to be for my personal business and my personal travels, me building on my businesses, as well as me keeping up with the journey of Clarissa Shields and and Reginae Carter. Because when I tried to record something about Clarissa Shields on my Halle Bailey channel, oh no, my Halle Bailey, my royal family was not having that. They were like, keep her name out of the same sentence with her name, and they had all these particulars. And of course it's my channel, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna honor my people. This is the royal family, and we all have a say here in what goes on. Now, even though, yes, I am defending African-American women who are being swept under the rug, because with Clarissa Shields, the thing I want to talk about is they're talking about her hair. They're not, okay, for those of you who don't know Clarissa Shields, Clarissa Shields, she is an undisputed heavyweight champion, the Jay-Z and Beyonce of boxing. Let's just get it clear. She's the Jay-Z and Beyonce of boxing. She is a two-time Olympic gold medalist. Okay. And, my thing here is, it's like, there is a topic about her being involved with Remy Ma's, Papoose, Remy Ma's man. The problem with that is, as I've heard other content creators say, Remy Ma has been in a 2-year relationship with someone. And I found out about all of this because it was alleged that Remy Ma had cheated on Papoose. But it appears that they were cheating on each other. Okay. And then when the doo-doo hit the fan and it was just stanking all around the place, that's when, they started, doing their do, and making it public. So now everybody wants to beat Clarissa Shields into the dirt. Now I'm going to say, yes, she does talk a lot of mess. Now, Clarissa Shields, if you're watching this video, this channel is specifically for you, honey. And Reginae Carter, any other brown-skinned girl that I feel I need to defend out there, yeah, this is what this channel is for. And for my, of course, my own fabulosity. They're talking about Clarissa Shields' hair. Okay. And as an African-American woman, as an African woman in America, let's just say that, that's some bullshit. Because if she was in Africa where her lineage comes from, they would not be nitpicking at her like that. Because in those countries, they all look alike. But because we're in this European country, and we have been programmed to believe that the lighter you are, the better you are, and the better you look, we got all these jigaboo Uncle Sam narcissists trying to beat this woman down, because they're not just beating her down because she's with Papoose. They're not just beating her down because of that, And I had to get on camera for this because I need you guys to understand and feel me, when it comes to, I'm a brown-skinned girl, okay? And I have a book, which I'm going to introduce to you guys. It's called A Crown Growing Out of My Head. It's for little children. It's called A Crown Growing Out of My Head, meaning our hair is African crowns. That's what our hair represents. Our hair not being stringy and straight. When we wash it, of course, when we wash it and it curls up, baby, that represents a crown or a tiara, okay? That's what my book is all about. The Crown Growing Out of My Head is about a little girl named Aaliyah who didn't understand why her hair was like a crown and everybody else was stringy growing towards the ground, okay? And so the book is basically talking about her African history and why her hair texture is the way that it is, and her hair type is as beautiful as it is, and why it's so curly. So the book is on Amazon currently. But my point is, we have a crown growing out of our head, and we've been taught to disrespect it. Okay. As you can see, Clarissa Shields has tried to perm her hair. She's tried to press her hair. She's tried to straighten her hair. And I don't think it's because she wants to impress anybody. When there's a video going around where she says, somebody says, "Ooh, nice wig," and she says, "Oh no, this is my real hair. You guys are so used to it." And then she goes into explaining it. And when I watched the video, it just sounded really young. Like, I've been beat up so much in my life. I'm just gonna pretend that this is the way it is. That this is what it is. And that's a very mild way to be fed up, because she could be fed up in a more volatile way. Okay, just like she said, she's a trained killer. Okay, forget being a boxer. She is a trained killer. That is why she was able to do the MMA. And in the MMA, there are no rules. You can kick them in the throat, kick them in the back. You can break their arm until they tap out. Okay. So if you ain't tapping out, you might get jacked up. So she's been a part of the MMA, meaning she's into mixed martial arts. Okay, for all of those who ain't gonna never say anything to her face. She's into mixed martial arts. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Okay, and she's a boxer. Okay, so that's and she's a boxer. But I just want to just say this. This young lady was raised in a situation where she was violated by grown men at a very young age. Violated. Okay? And still she carries her family on her back where they need to go. Okay? She still carries her family on her back wherever they need to go. She's taking care of her sister's children, meaning she's very mature in that she had to grow up very fast. Okay? And, because she is not perfect in the way that she's maneuvering all of these attacks on her hair and her nose, and how Remy Ma is the real wife, and, all these things. I'm sure that there's been relationships out there where people, divorce wasn't final, and the parties still moved on with their lives. Though for Clarissa Shields, instead of you guys just keeping it in that zone and saying, hey, she's with a married man, even though that married man has clearly moved on, and the wife of that married man has clearly moved on, instead of just saying that this is what Clarissa Shields is doing wrong, we want to talk about how she's eating, how she scrapes her plate as she eats. Okay, because it's probably because she grew up in a household where she didn't have any food, and she didn't have a bed until she was 17 years old. Did you guys know about that? Y'all just trying to grow y'all channels. Y'all don't really care about what people really went through or are going through. And the fact that she even came out and it was Layla Ali, even though she was saucy with her. That's what boxers do. They talk crap to get their name out there. She's a crap talker. Floyd Mayweather did it. Layla Ali's father did it. Layla Ali's father started it. Okay? He started it. And had America at war, because he was not only, speaking his mind, he was making racist remarks. Okay, so you guys have to look at this through some different glasses. Okay, this girl is in front of millions of people after not even having a bed until she was 17. And so if you don't have a bed, we know the food is limited. And then to know that there were men running in and out of her home as a young girl, who knows what she saw or went through. So I think she's handling all of her mental stuff very well at this point. Because y'all not as mentally strapped as she is. Okay. Let's just keep it 100. Okay. All that fighting and boxing in the gym and working out is keeping her anxiety level and her temperament very low. Because all the stuff that I done heard people saying about this woman, and the way they coming after her hair, the way she eats, the way she cooks, the way she does anything, God forbid, this woman have children, because you guys will probably be talking about her children too. Because you guys are petty. We already know how beautiful of a woman Halle Bailey is, and you guys still beat this woman down. So you guys, I just really want to just make it clear. You guys need to start supporting Clarissa Shields. You need to start speaking out loud how beautiful she is. Okay. Because she don't have to look like chopped up Barbie by Dr. Miami to get a compliment. Okay. Just like she said in her video, I'm a real woman. That's what she said when she was standing inside of that Louis Vuitton store. She said, oh, that's why they mad. Because, you got the Hall of Fame ring. You're knocking them out left and right. And you fine. and you look good. Oh, that's why they mad. Because I'm a real person. I have real breasts, real leg, real booty. Okay, real nose, real lips. Just like she said, I'm a real person. So why you can't just respect that? Because I said that behind the camera before, but I really want you guys to feel me. Why can't you respect her African beauty? And why are you tearing it down? Maybe she does eat fast and scrape her plate. Because maybe she didn't have enough to eat as a child. So those things are still inside of her, of not having enough. Instead of you guys acting like you guys always had it good and you ain't never went through nothing in your childhood, which is some BS, you guys need to start looking at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, that used to be me. Because it did used to be half of you guys out there. Half of you guys grew up without nothing. And maybe the other half grew up with something and just didn't learn how to respect those that didn't. Okay. But you guys need to get some act right about yourself. Okay. Because spirit does not like ugly. Okay. And ain't too fond of pretty either. Okay. So I wanted to say that, and I want to make it clear. This channel is going to be Clarissa Shields' channel, as well as me exploring my personal journey. And I'm also going to be posting Regina Carter. So this channel is going to be for more darker complected women like myself. And just the journey that they're on and the struggle that they're going through just to make it in this country. I'm not going to say this world, because you can go to different parts of Africa and even different parts of, the world and not get this type of hate because you are an African woman that's not afraid to rock your afro, or your locks and just be authentically you. Okay. This is the only country where I see black women beat each other down so damn much. And then I just need to say this too. A lot of the women that be on these channels, and I might put a few of you up here, because there's one woman out here that got a lopsided wig on. Her lashes look like they ain't been done in probably like 3 ages. I mean, these people be having one tooth over here and one missing down here, and sitting here talking about Clarissa Shields. You got the men on there. They balls is got gray hair all on their balls, just like a forest of greatness. Okay. Just gray hair, balls sagging, can't catch nothing if they tried, and want to sit up there and talk about Clarissa Shields. These ancient old balls want to sit up there and talk about this youthful young fighter who is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Okay, you guys, I think you guys love your computers too much, because when you get off your computer and really look at your life, you guys need to quit beating this woman down. Because she is a beautiful African woman, okay? Number one, she got the African etheric curls and everything, baby. Communicating with the galaxy. And she represents, if you go and look at her fight, you will realize that who is she knocking out? She ain't knocking out none of us. So this is representation of mama coming for her throne too. And feminine energy being on the rise. And we knocking everything out in our way, baby. We knocking them out. Okay, we're not allowing anybody to step on us, the way we look, the way we live, our culture, our hair, our skin. Okay, we the one with the natural big booties and full lips. But we're the main buyers of it, the main consumers at these Dr. Botch You Up clubs. Okay, so we need to stop trying to belittle Clarissa Shields, because she is a real woman with a real body and a real life with real gold medals. Baby, stop it. Stop it. You're looking crazy out there. My whole house looks like a museum, and there ain't nothing but African art around here. So I walk it and I talk it. I stand up for my African sisters, because we are all that we have. When at the end of the day, who else is gonna protect you? When people were shooting our black men, who had our backs? But then we got a sister come out here knocking them out left and right, and we want to beat her down because she doesn't look like what? Y'all better leave this girl alone about the way she looks, or you're gonna find some really nasty things on your timeline, and I'm talking about in your life. Anybody else say anything else about the way this girl looks, especially a man, and you can expect, if you heard this video, you can expect some bad luck to hit your chambers, baby. I'm sending that out there. You say one more thing, anybody watching this video, you say one more thing about the way Clarissa Shields look after seeing this video, get back to me and tell me what happened after that. And guess what? Because at the end of the day, we don't play. We are a royalty family, and I shall see you in a minute. I shall.